Moving on to slide number 7. So here is a list of considerations for a DB2 environment. So before you actually go ahead and try to install DB2 on a system and get started with setting up an environment, please take a look at some of these which are very, very crucial for functioning from a functional perspective. The first thing that you need to remember is whether to choose a physical system or a virtual system. So when we say physical or virtual, what it means is a system going to be a LPAR or a VM image, which is a virtualized system, or can be hosted on a physical system? Am I audible, Mohini?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you. So the reason why a physical or a virtual system preference is important is because when you plan to have a big setup, something like maybe a replication or maybe an HADR environment, it's very important to have a background of what kind of hardware or what kind of a system you use over here, because a VM may not have sufficient capacity, or it may not have sufficient resources to actually host an advanced setup. So in that case, you may opt for a physical system, or it's up to your environment depending on what requirements you get, but this is a very important consideration before you actually go ahead and start implementing your environment. Physical location of the system is very, very crucial, because the network speed matters based on the physical location of the system, and who are the audience who are accessing the system. Based on that, please keep this as an important consideration. Memory, of course, there is no real ideal value of a memory or paging space, because depends fully on the requirement on the applications. So I'll be dealing with some of the type of load in the coming slides, but memory is something that you need to have a right balance of. If you plan to have some of the heavy loaded applications in your front end, make sure you have sufficient memory, because many a times we have seen issues where the operating system runs out of memory, but we actually try to tune a query trying to solve the problem. So that is a reason why such a presentation we've come up with, because these are some factors which a lot of us learn after spending a lot of efforts and experience on this, but it would be helpful for a lot of people who have already not been through something like this, but very valid points which will help them use as good references. So coming back to the considerations, kernel parameter is very important, especially for those guys who worked on Linux environments. If you have not tuned your kernel parameters correctly, you will notice that you have a lot of shared segment errors while trying to start DB2, or maybe your system may not perform optimally. So DB2 has a good documentation of how much tuning is required, the percentage of kernel parameter tuning that is required as compared to your OS memory. So kernel parameter is an important consideration. The number of processors is again an OS level configuration, which is again important while planning your system. File system sizing is very helpful. I'll cover this a little in detail in the coming slides. Product behavior is another consideration. A practical example that I can give you is we had a case where we had loaded DB2 on Linux, which was running on P series. Although it is compatible, we noticed that the performance was really not up to the mark. But the same thing when we moved the system to DB2 on Linux on X series or AIX on P series, the behavior was much better and it was performing much well. Of course, there could be other aspects to it, but understanding the product behavior is very important while suggesting a new solution. Software packages and libraries, we had a recent issue last week where we were not able to install a product because some package at OS level, an RPM package, was missing, and it was not even mentioned as a prerequisite in one of the documentation, but still we realized that not having that one particular package can really not support the whole application. Lastly, integration with other application and system is very important. Like I was saying, you need to know to what interface your database is talking to. You need to know what are the other things which are dependent on DB2 and what are the other things on which DB2 is dependent on. Moving on to slide number 8.